Alumni Hall at Providence College, a historic venue where tonight UConn women's basketball plays for the 30th time. Longtime rivals Providence and UConn live on SNY. And hello from Rhode Island's capital city with Megan Kulmo. I'm Alan Bestwick. Maria Marino joins us shortly. So UConn comes in undefeated in Big East play, 20-2 on the season, and playing their 5th game in 12 days. The team's success through that tough schedule stretch of time, and really the team's success throughout the season, has partly been led by the junior Aubrey Griffin. What is she doing that's been so impactful for this team in the results?
Gosh, it's almost like, what is she not doing? She's become so reliable. You know, she missed all of last season with injury, but the impact that she has had this season, really, it's hard to quantify just how important she's been. She's so athletic, can explode to the basket unlike anybody else on the team. The confidence with which she's playing, particularly long-range shooting. That was such a big play against Villanova. Really, the last 5 games, she has stepped it up. Look at that, 37 minutes, 18 points, 60% from the floor. She has been such an incredible piece for this team that they have really counted on.
And she is our keys to the game, presented by Nissan. Starting lineups tonight, presented by Subaru of New England. The now familiar 5 for UConn of Mule, Lopez, Seneschal, Griffin, Edwards, and Uhas, with 8 total available players tonight. And on the right side for Providence, key player in this one, last one on the lower right, Janae Crooms, the senior from nearby Cranston, Rhode Island. Gino Auriemma looking to pick up his 44th win over Providence College in his career. And the Friars program is led by Jim Crowley in his 7th season here. This team playing better of late and looking to see if they can make some noise tonight against this UConn squad and pull the upset. Friars in the home white. UConn in the road national flag blue. Dorka Uhas wins the tip.
Well, what Crowley did say is they've got to endure the beginning of the game against UConn, when UConn, as he called it, just survived the blitz.
At the first matchup of the year between the teams, December 2nd at Gamble, UConn went out 29-8 in the first quarter, and the first points of the game for Lou Lopez Seneschal. So number 2, Gracie Fosa, now 5 Crooms. That's one of the things they were going to try and cut off down inside. Second chance points there for Olivia Olson.
Nice job on the offensive boards by Olson.
Olson is a terrific rebounder. Providence a good rebounding team, but they don't shoot a lot of threes. And Olson, particularly good offensive rebounder. There's Uhas going to draw a foul on Olson and get the bucket.
Well, Olson committed to coming out to, and that's what makes Dorka Uhas so difficult to guard. She can knock the 3. She faked. Olson committed, and the wise play by Uhas to dribble penetrate.
Gino coaching up Nika Mule a bit there. Free throw miss, knocked out of bounds. That'll be UConn basketball.
Yeah, it looked like it went off Providence.
So a 20-second shot clock here for the Huskies to work with. They're still filing into Alumni Hall. This place is going to be packed when they get them all in the door.
Yeah, it's a sellout.
Edwards. Shot clock at 10. Get it into Uhas, draws a double team. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Nobody saw the shot clock running out.
Really good half-court defense by Providence.
Well, these 2 teams have played each other a lot over the years. Hard to believe, looking at that balance, that Providence won 16 of the first 17 matchups between the 2. But obviously, in the Gino era, UConn has dominated.
Sadly, I was a part of some of those losses back in the late 80s.
Some bad memories in this building. There's Bryn Farrell. Eric on the 3. Seneschal defended well by Shepard. Mule off the UConn screen, and it goes.
So important for Mule to knock down that first three. Does so much for her confidence.
Had a huge three in the Sunday game against Villanova. That shot missed by Efosa. Couldn't draw the foul call. Here's Mule driving, cut off. Nice defending there by Farrell. Edwards with the spin, but it missed. And Crooms the rebound for Providence. Olsen. Now Crooms. Drives on Uhas. Wow, off glass and in.
A crafty play by Coombs in the lane.
And you know Crooms is going to be feeling it tonight because she was shut down in the game at Gamble. Just 4 points. Edwards will get called for the offensive foul.
Crooms is fired up. Missed the last game due to a death in the family. Yeah, she got her with the shoulders. Good call.
From the corner, the three again by Farrell misses. Lopez Seneschal, and what a thread the needle pass to get it to her. How about that for Mule?
Such a fabulous look from Mule. Lopez Seneschal almost didn't go.
They hit Olsen around and out. Crooms with the rebound blocked. And they'll call a foul on Mule that she's not happy with.
Shocker.
Yeah. Look at this.
Look at her eyes. Just great lead. Perfect lead pass. In stride.
The nation's leader in assists adds another. Now she's got a foul on the board, and here is Janae Crooms. You see, held just 4 points at Gamble Pavilion in December. Hard to think about because she averages double digits in scoring, and she scored 27 against the Huskies in this building a year ago.
She's so difficult to guard. You have to give UConn a lot of credit for the way they took her out of the game offensively. It will be tough to do it again.
Trying to post up Edwards. The pass was deflected on the way in.
Uhas telegraphed that one.
Shot missed from Olsen, no foul call. Edwards again. Nice left-hand move.
Outstanding move by Edwards. Took her left and then spun back hard over her right shoulder.
Here's Grace Efosa. Got it. Efosa, the junior from Lawrence, Mass, has really come on for Providence in the second half of the season.
And she's playing with so much more confidence. She works so hard. Crowley loves her game.
Lopez Seneschal steps on a foot, driving to the lane. Shepard is down. Lou is down. Lopez Seneschal up. And that is tough to see for Kylie Shepard. Fortunately, both players appear to be up and okay. Watch the feet.
Yeah, thankfully, neither player seems to be hurt badly.
Oof. Aubrey Griffin subbed out at this point, and Ines Betancourt into the ballgame for UConn. Good hands by Mule. Edwards gets the ball ahead. Good defensive retreat by Providence.
Great job getting back.
Mule, that's a 2. They still have the old three-point line on the floor here. So
for old time's sake.
You have to be careful what's a 2 and what's a 3. Elias Scott, no. That is going to be a whistle and a foul underneath. And it gets us to a timeout just past halfway through this opening quarter. Nika Mule, the leading scorer for UConn so far. She's got 5. Huskies have 13. Five-point UConn lead halfway through quarter number 1 here in Providence. And a chance for us to check in game with Maria Marino.
Thanks, Alan. For Nika Mule, when it comes to energy and being vocal, she says the team goes how she goes, for better or for worse. She takes a lot of pride in that, says it's a big responsibility, but, quote, I love that responsibility of mine. She feels she's getting better at being a leader, and the team is getting better at coming along with her. Coach Oriema told her at the start of the season, this has to be a growth year for you. She believes it has, and there's been a huge difference, not just as a player, but as a person.
And that growth, both on and off the court, recognized nationally on Monday when Nika Mule was named as a final top 10 candidate for the Nancy Lieberman Award as the nation's top point guard.
Well, she's had an outstanding year thus far, certainly on the court, but like Maria talked about, her leadership and the energy that she brings to this team is unparalleled.
Juhas was looking for the double team when she went for the layup, and it missed. Here's Afosa driving on Griffin, who's back in the game, runs right into Lopez Seneschal, and they're going to call a block. Well, you talk about the growth in the game for this season. Look at the bottom line, the total of her assists from her freshman and sophomore years, and now what she's got this year, and we're not done yet.
Wow, those are staggering numbers.
It's and it's very obvious to see for when you watch this team that she brings the heat every night, and the rest of the team has been following her.
The heart and soul and toughness.
Crooms that rattles around and out. Rebound by Juhas. 5-point UConn lead. Post up now with Edwards. Double team comes. She kicks it back out. Mule sees an opening. Griffin drives, had it knocked out of her hand. And there'll be a pile on the floor. And the ball will go to Providence on the alternating possession arrow.
Good hands there by Janae Crooms, knocking the ball away from Aubrey Griffin.
Much better start for Jim Crowley's squad than in Gamble in December. And for Gino Oriema's team, if you remember, the game here in Providence a year ago was the day after the blizzard. The team only came in on game day instead of their normal night before routine. Then the bus broke down trying to get the team from their nap and the meeting back at the hotel. They had to get shuttle vans to get here, and then they just didn't play a good game.
It was just a comedy of errors from the beginning.
I mean, shot clock at 5. Afosa outside. Scott steps away. Got the shot and it rattled in for 3.
You got to get the home court roll, right?
Mariah Scott, Holden, Massachusetts sophomore. Juhas trying to post up Afosa. Lost control, fumbled it away.
UConn a little sloppy with the ball at times, but if they can get their post players one-on-one in that low post, that's ideal.
That's a 3rd turnover on Juhas. She has 3 of UConn's 6, and we're not even done with quarter number 1 yet. Now, that happened to her Sunday against Villanova, too, and it was a totally different story in the second half. No turnovers. Here's Scott. Cut off on the baseline. Shot clock at 5, and it's perhaps partially blocked. My view was blocked on seeing it. Juhas. That's a 2 off glass.
I don't think she called that.
Good question I'm being asked in my headset from the production truck. Where did that whole call glass thing start? I don't know. It's going to be a backcourt violation after Mule just faced up Mariah Scott.
And Scott is trying to say to the official, she hit it. And Crowley's saying the same thing. If Mule knocks it to the backcourt, then why is that backcourt? It's a fair question.
2:15 to go, quarter number 1. 6 assists on 7 field goals for the Huskies. And a 4-point lead. Into Griffin, who slips the defender Shepard and gets a bucket.
Excellent cut by Aubrey Griffin. Moves in so well without the ball.
First points of the game for Griffin. Olsen defended well by Griffin. Shepard back inside to Olsen. Now Fosa turned it over.
You don't see a carry called very often. That was the call there on Fosa.
They're very lenient with it anymore, but when it's egregious,
you gotta call it.
It gets whistled. Edwards loses control, out of bounds, did not get the foul call. And another UConn turnover. Now, Gino talked about what a tough place Alumni Hall is to play. The proximity of the fans to the benches, to the court, to the players. He talked about, in so many words, having some nightmares in this building over the years.
Last year being a nightmare.
Yep.
They escaped with a 8-point victory.
And that's a good word, escaped. A foul. And an offensive foul on Providence, illegal screen. Janae Crooms called for the foul. Jim Crowley wanted his team to survive the initial onslaught. So far, so good for Providence as we come down to a minute to go in this opening quarter. UConn's lead is 6. Turnaround from Lopez Seneschal, no, and that's going to be a foul on Aaliyah Edwards, crashing in her second. And that will get Ayanna Patterson up off the UConn bench quickly, and the freshman into the ball game. So Edwards, 2 fouls before we finish the first quarter.
Reminiscent of the Villanova game on Sunday, a lot of players had multiple fouls, and you know, that's a problem when you only have 8 players.
Megan Herter for 3. Sophomore from the Albany area. 29 of her 30 made field goals coming into this game were 3-pointers. Juhas cut off. Lou for 3, yes.
Important for her mentally to get back on track. Didn't shoot great against Villanova. And she was pressing a little bit.
Yeah.
Mentally, it helps to knock down one early.
10 seconds to go in the quarter. Lou wound up on the floor. Back up, Shepard.
You've got to communicate better on those screens.
Farrell throws one at the rim as the buzzer expires. It doesn't go, and that is how quarter number 1 is going to end. UConn by 6 over Providence after 1. Ready for the second quarter at Alumni Hall in Providence with UConn leading by 6. Time to check out our UConn Fan Choice Trivia question. Tonight presented by Duncan, we're asking you, in which category is Breanna Stewart UConn's all-time leader? Do you know? Go to sny.tv/vote, cast your vote, and we'll find out. We'll test your knowledge
There
here
you go.
later in the broadcast. Of course, Breanna Stewart in the news today, signing for the New York Liberty, the WNBA, after winning a couple of championships with the Seattle Storm. UConn fans, of course, know her for her 4 consecutive national championships, and at number 30 will be one of those hanging in the rafters at Gamble eventually.
Absolutely. And the New York girl is coming home.
Big news. So as we go to the second quarter, Aaliyah Edwards remains on the bench. Ayanna Patterson inbounds the ball. UConn looking to continue their good shooting start to this game. Shot nearly 70% in that first quarter. Here's Juhas, wide, and rebounded by Olsen. Providence shooting just 35% in the first quarter, 5 for 14, and yet within 6 of UConn. Long range three missed from Megan Herter. Nice drive. Space left. Mule took it.
Yeah, nice pull up too. So she didn't get called with the charge.
3 for 3 from the floor in this game for Mule. Crooms cut off by Patterson, and Patterson got stepped on by Crooms. And then Mule will get fouled and fall to the floor. Kylie Shepard called for the foul on the Providence. So Ayanna Patterson got her ankle stepped on by Janae Crooms. She's up and gone to the offensive end of the floor for UConn. But it's been a physical game so far. Excuse me.
It really has been physical, more so I think than I expected it to be. But Providence playing outstanding half-court defense.
Playing with some nice energy, a little edge. Juhas draws the quick double team, and she'll get fouled. In the contact fighting for the ball, Bryn Farrell gets called for her first. All right, Maria, what did Gino have to say in that huddle?
Well, he started the huddle by saying, you can't make multiple mistakes in a row. That's not winning basketball. On defense, he said, you got to slide and get into your spots quicker. He said to Aubrey, you were late covering a three that Providence made on the wing. And on offense, he said, we're getting stuck. We got to move the ball more from side to side.
There's Juhas fouled as she tried to pick that rebound up. And that'll be Farrell again. 2 quick fouls in a row for Farrell for Providence.
Well, like Maria just repeated how Gino said they're getting stuck on offense. That's been their Achilles heel this season, where they stand around and I don't know if it's they're waiting for someone else to do it, but they have gotten into a bad habit this year of standing around on offense.
Nice cut there from Juhas on the inbound play for the layup. Interesting to see if they get the ball movement a little more crisp in this second quarter. Skip pass all the way to the far side. Shepard missed the shot. Juhas with a rebound for UConn. Griffin drives, gets it.
That's her explosiveness. It's so difficult to guard.
And so a timeout called by Providence as UConn has gotten a little bit going here to start this second quarter. Aubrey Griffin, nice pull-up for 2. Now what was a 6-point lead is now a 12-point lead in the opening moments of this second quarter. Nika Mule leading the way for UConn.
Well, Nika playing so well, in control, making really good decisions. Perfect from the floor. 3 for 3 from the floor. She's got 6 assists already in this game. And what I mean by decisions, how about this play right here, the pull-up? You know, the old Nika would have driven through and probably gotten a charge call. So well composed, much more mature.
And again, 7.6 assists, a quarter and not quite 2 minutes in. So a 9-0 UConn run here, forced the Providence timeout. Patterson defending hard outside the three-point arc. That is going to be off of UConn and be Providence ball, 15 to shoot. Janae Crooms leading the discussion in the Providence huddle. And she will be the inbounder. Olsen cut off by Juhas, but a nice cut into the paint by Shepard and gets it.
What a great cut by Shepard. Patterson lost her completely.
Lopez Seneschal to Mule. Yes, that's a 2.
She stays perfect from the floor. 4 for 4.
Have a night, Nika. Here's Scott. Rattles around. No. Nice rebound by Juhas. Griffin running. Well defended by Shepard. Here's Crooms. Well defended by Mule.
You know, there was contact on both plays. I always prefer when the officials don't call it. Crowley wished Crooms had been called. But UConn had been called for a foul.
Pass into Juhas, and she looked away because she was triple teamed and lost possession.
Yeah, Gino just said that pass doesn't work, Nika. She's got to be able to see all those white jerseys converging and pass it elsewhere.
Olsen from outside. Got it. That's Olivia Olsen. That's their big 6'3" sophomore. And that is... Was that a three-pointer?
It's her first one of the year.
Wow. Juhas. That's a cool road bounce out.
You know, not a great shot. You know, she stood there. Everyone was standing again, which they sometimes have a tendency to do. And then she just dribbled back and thought, okay, I'll shoot it.
How much of that standing at this point as Crooms drives on Patterson? Juhas comes in and ties it up. Providence ball in the alternating possession now. We've talked about fatigue. Does that play into that standing around?
You know what, I think that's more mental fatigue. Because, yeah, they're tired, but it's more mental. Yeah. I think, just not executing offense. They've done it all season long. It's not anything new.
Amari DeBerry and Ines Betancourt both into the ball game for UConn. Ayanna Patterson goes to the bench. Aaliyah Edwards remains on the bench. And there goes Lopez Seneschal out for a breather as well. So it's Mule, Juhas, Griffin, DeBerry, and Betancourt, the 5 on the floor for UConn. Here's Ifosa. Got it. Grace Ifosa had a 27-point game when the Friars beat Creighton in Omaha for their first win over a ranked team in a long time. DeBerry tried to spike a pass into Juhas. And you look at that, the numbers of minutes being played per game by UConn starters.
It's unbelievable. And Gino Oriana has no choice. You know, they've been decimated by injury. Even, you know, postponing a game earlier this season because they didn't have enough healthy players.
Stolen from Mule. Providence ball. And another part of it isn't just the number of minutes those starters are playing, but the compactness of the schedule. So those minutes day after day after day. Stolen away by UConn, then turned right back over, and then Griffin steals it back. And gets the layup.
You gotta love the hustle though by Kylie Shepard. Almost blocked Griffin's layup attempt.
10-point lead. Here's Olsen again. Will get fouled.
Oh, it's not always pretty. Turnover, turnover. But you don't get style points.
But you do get points when you make the layup.
That's right. This isn't gymnastics.
Griffin with 4 points, 2 of 3 shooting, and 2 rebounds in the game. That foul called on UConn on Amari DeBerry, her first. And so it'll be Olivia Olsen at the free throw line. Olsen second in the Big East in blocks. Second on the Friars in scoring and rebounds. And when the Friars played at Gamble in December, she had 8 rebounds. 6 of them were offensive boards.
And she's shooting 52% from the floor. A very efficient offensive player.
DeBerry. Shot clock down to 11. There's the ball stuck in Juhas's hands. She'll let the shot go from long range. range and get the three. Dorka Juhas, 4 of 7 tonight. 9.7 rebounds.
Has the confidence to launch the three.
Mule couldn't fight through the screen, and the shot made by Herter for 3. Another turnover. Olsen with the steal off of Griffin. Here's Herter. She'll come back out, reset. Shot clock at 6, now 5. Crooms, step back, blocked by Griffin. It went into the hands of Audrey Cook underneath, but the time expired on the shot clock. Catch a new episode of the Gino Auriemma Show presented by Nissan tonight after postgame, only on SNY. Fascinating things you'll hear from Coach, including about the physicality this team needs to play with and his time away from the team as well. Mule under the boards and takes the pass from Juhas.
Yeah, wide open. There was a breakdown defensively by Providence.
And normally Mule passing to Juhas under the rim.
Yeah, role reversal.
Perfect. Mule, the first Husky into double figures in scoring. Here's Crooms working on DeBerry. Cut off by Lou. Feeds underneath. Olsen, nice patience, but missed the shot. Missed the second one as DeBerry went straight up.
UConn didn't do a good job on the switch. Bad communication.
Betancourt, no. Providence is about a minute and 45 seconds without points. Crooms tries to fix that, driving aggressively to the rim. Didn't get the foul call and missed the bucket. And Mueller is going to get called for travel. So,
yeah, that was a smart play by Herter.
Reminder that Aaliyah Edwards picked up 2 fouls shy of the end of the first quarter and has been on the bench the entire second quarter so far.
I think it's a smart decision by Auriemma to keep her out. You don't want her getting her 3rd foul.
So Providence with a fresh 30-second shot clock and almost threw away the inbound pass and did throw away eventually the other pass. That's the kind of thing that'll make a coach mad, won't it?
That's an understatement.
Turns his back, lets it out, turns back, clapping to encourage his squad. Come on, we're right in this thing. And look at Shepard fight through the screen to stay with Lopez Seneschal there. Nice job by one Providence. Here's Mule from the free throw line.
That was a really good screen by Juhas, too.
His first shot that Mule has missed today. Crooms throws it right to Juhas. Lopez Seneschal, no. A little short with that one. Shepard runs. Nice defense by Betancourt to get back. No foul call. That'll be a tied-up ball. It'll be UConn basketball. Gary Apple and Kara Walters standing by with all the first half highlights and analysis on the UConn Women's Basketball Halftime Show presented by Duncan. We are a minute and 18 from halftime. So let's see, Providence hasn't scored in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. UConn hasn't scored in 1:45.
And Gina was irate, screaming at the official, saying his kid didn't fall down by herself. She got pushed.
Did not get the call. Fortunately, UConn got the ball. Juhas slips everybody. Nice pass from DeBerry.
Nice job by UConn to take advantage of a breakdown defensively by Providence. They haven't had many.
Audrey Griffin waiting at the scorer's table to check in with less than a minute to go until halftime. Coach Crowley calling out signals from the Providence bench. Shepard puts the play in motion. Fosa, now Herter. Dumps it inside to Olsen. Blocked by Juhas. Couldn't control it, though, and it'll be Providence ball with just 4 to shoot.
Good active hands there by Juhas.
Nika Mule goes to the bench to try and extend her halftime break. Griffin is back in. That's a kicked ball. And that will give Providence a 20-second shot clock because it was kicked out of bounds by UConn. So they went from 4 on the shot clock to 20. Olsen, nice right-hand floater. So shot clock off, final 30 seconds of this second quarter. Juhas directing traffic, getting her out to get the ball from Betancourt. Juhas setting the screen. 5 to shoot. Juhas steps back. Offensive foul on DeBerry, her second.
You're too aggressive with that screen.
So 3 seconds left. Shepard defended well by Betancourt. The half-court heave misses, and no foul is called. Coach Crowley telling his players, stop talking to the referees, I'll take care of that. Well, for Providence, certainly this first half, much better than the first half at Gamble. And for UConn, shooting 60% from the floor and 50% from 3. And an 11-point lead at halftime, the Huskies over the Friars.
Gino, something about coming to this place, it's never an easy game, and tonight is no exception, huh?
Well, I mean, we're killing ourselves more than anything else, you know. Just so many missed opportunities by us, and we haven't shot a free throw, which is pretty amazing, you know, when you consider the game's been pretty physical. So we got to take advantage of that. You know, we got some mismatches inside, and we got to take advantage of it in the second half.
Is Providence's defense giving you a hard time, or are you guys a little stagnant offensively?
Well, maybe we're a little bit stagnant, you know, because nobody wants to shoot the ball except Dorka and Lou. So we got 37 points. You know, that's a lot of points considering we didn't do anything right. But again, I just think we got to get more movement, and we got to get more touches in the lane.
All right, thanks, Duke.
Yep.
Good luck.
Our interview with Gino at halftime, presented by Dunkin'. Well, coach will head to the locker room to give the team those instructions. Juhas to Mule? Yes, that happened. Gary and Kara are next. Teams back on the floor, getting ready to start the third quarter here at Alumni Hall. Huskies with an 11-point lead over the Friars. With Megan Como, I'm Alan Bestwick. Maria Marino rejoins us again shortly. You look at what this UConn team did in the first half, and Dorka Juhas was everywhere, inside, outside, even making passes for assists.
Yeah, Dorka did do a little bit of everything, and Gino wasn't happy with the lack of movement that they had offensively and the lack of getting everyone involved. Nice strong take to the basket, getting herself fouled, and then I love banking in the shot there, but defensively, nice active hands, good help. And the nice little set of screen, and then sneak out and knock down the 3. She was very active offensively, and they needed it because the rest of her teammates struggled on the offensive end.
See, just 1 rebound away from a double-double in this game. So Aaliyah Edwards back on the floor, didn't play in the second quarter. Remember, picked up 2 fouls in the first. She is back on the floor with just 2 points and 2 rebounds on the stat sheet so far. Here's Gracie Fosa on Aubrey Griffin and missed the shot. No foul call. She looked back over her shoulder wanting it. Juhas again out wide. This time goes inside. Nice movement. Edwards back outside to Lopez Seneschal, too strong. And Griffin gets the rebound.
Movement looks better already, doesn't it?
Lopez Seneschal misses, and Griffin gets another rebound. Third try's got to be the charm, right?
Amazing how she got that offensive rebound and did not commit a foul over the back.
Here's Juhas out to Mule. Shot clock, single digits. Mule drives. Pass was deflected and turned over. So the third time wasn't the charm. Farrell feeds inside to Olsen. She steps back over Juhas but missed. And the rebound is Dorcas. So that's a double-double for Juhas. That'll be a third foul on Aaliyah Edwards.
Let's take a look. I like the strong take. You know, that left arm did go out a little bit, and it's right in front of the official.
No movement for Edwards to come out of the ball game yet, but now what, a minute and a half into the third, three fouls.
Yeah, you have to trust her.
Janae Crooms continues to struggle in this game. Leading scorer for Providence, 1 for 6 now with 4 points. Shepard deflects that pass, saved by Juhas.
Well, standing around again.
Griffin got it. That's a 2.
Griffin seems to be knocking down big shots when her team needs them.
Just playing with so much confidence. Really fun to see. And there's the hands. Forces the throwaway. Andrew Griffin took over the late stages of the Villanova game. Block. Edwards doesn't get the foul, doesn't get the bucket. That was Olsen with the block.
Yeah, not a great decision by Aaliyah Edwards. I know she wants to get going offensively, but give it up and then you'll get it back.
Olsen going to step right at Edwards, who just goes straight up to miss, but Crooms hustles for the rebound. Pull up, missed for Fosa, and Juhas gets the ball for UConn. A little bit of a slow start offensively for both teams in this third quarter. Maria, what did Jim Crowley have to say?
Well, he told his team at halftime, we can't have defensive breakdowns. And on offense, we have to be smarter. We're giving the ball away at times. He wants to see more production in the paint rather than just throwing the ball up. But he says, I love our effort.
Now, his team has certainly played with effort and some belief as well. And the UConn a bit sluggish. Here's Crooms. Big steps into the lane, no. Fights with Juhas for the rebound and gets it. And Edwards will kick that one. It'll be Providence ball. Ayanna Patterson comes to the scorer's table to check in for UConn, and it will be Edwards who will go back to the bench. So Aaliyah Edwards has played only 13 minutes in this ball game so far. One of those players who's been playing 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you know, she's such a critical part of their offense.
Herter. No. Juhas with another rebound. Floated into Griffin, but the pass took long enough to get there that Afosa was able to get back and knock it out of bounds.
She was open for so long. Mule finally made the pass. A little too late. UConn lucky to get the ball back.
And they'll take a second to try and get the net untangled. Patterson jumps up and gives a hand.
Jumps up with ease.
By the way, we saw her put down a dunk in this morning's morning shoot-around.
With relative ease.
Meg wanted to get into a dunking contest with Patterson out there, but thought better of it.
Yeah, with my donut.
Shot missed everything. Gino trying to spark some energy out of his team.
Yeah, they're very flat.
And Lopez Seneschal from 3 is very struggling. 1 of 5 from outside in this game for Lou.
Gino calling to Nika telling her what play to run the next time they come down on offense.
Shepard, no. Nice rebound by Lopez Seneschal. 13-point UConn lead. Huskies haven't scored in over 2 minutes. Providence hasn't scored in 5. Lou calls for the screen from Patterson. Ifosa fights through it. 10 to shoot. Patterson gets the foul. Very patient.
It's been physical in there. You know, part of the reason that UConn is not running their offense, some of it's them, but some of it is Providence is bumping them on every single cut. Patterson did a nice job drawing that foul in the low post, getting herself to the line.
So Janae Crooms will go to the bench with 2 fouls for Providence, and here's Ayanna Patterson at the free throw line. Freshman who missed 4 games after being in concussion protocol, injured at Xavier, came back. Hasn't seen the floor a lot in the last couple of games. Gets 1 of 2 there from the free throw strike. The lead is 14. You look at the shooting numbers for this quarter. It's
abysmal.
It's not been good on both sides. Here's Shepard. No. Another rebound for UConn. That's 14 rebounds. Patterson, nice pass in, missed the layup.
It's that kind of night.
Providence still looking for their first points of this quarter. Ifosa drives through, has it blocked, draws the foul. Well, we're halfway through, a little past halfway through quarter number 3. The Hall of Fame coach trying to find some way to get what he wants out of his team here. Providence and UConn playing in women's basketball for the 66th time. Huskies lead by 14. And it's time for Coolmo's Court Vision, brought to you by Yale New Haven Health.
There you see Aubrey Griffin. Look at the way she plays defense. Down in her stance, the switch. And then look at her footwork, body control, low center of gravity, forces that turnover. Absolutely outstanding defense by Griffin.
The last foul on UConn was called on Lou Lopez Seneschal, her second, and so it puts Gracie Fosa at the line for Providence to get their first point of this quarter. So the score in quarter number 3 is 3-1, and we're beyond halfway through the quarter. It's been a defensive battle.
Oh, that's what we'll call it.
There you go. Make it 3-2. Newell tries to drive on Herder. Lopez Seneschal waiting for the screen from Patterson. Now Uhas, 5 to shoot. Uhas got it at the buzzer for 3.
How about that 3 by Uhas? And Providence couldn't have played any better defense.
What a dagger, right, for the Friars bench. Here's Crooms, guarded by Griffin. Throws up a one-handed hook shot and gets it.
I saw her practicing that earlier today. It's such an unorthodox release.
Almost looks like it comes from down around her shoulder, right? But she got it to go. Lopez Seneschal drives all the way to the rim.
Smart recognition by Lopez Seneschal to take it to the rim.
9 points for Lou. Crooms again on Griffin. Will draw contact and a foul. Who are they going to call it on? Will it be on Griffin or Patterson? Patterson gets the call. Analia Edwards comes back into the ballgame with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter and 3 fouls. You see playing tonight well below her averages, both in time on court and in production. So here is Janae Crooms shooting free throws for Providence. Team leader in scoring, rebounds, assists, and steals.
In everything.
1 of 2 there for Crooms. Brooke Uhas goes to the bench for a breather. Trying to extend the end of the quarter timeout for her. Ewell lost the handle.
And that play is indicative of how this game has gone.
UConn averaging about 16 and a half turnovers per game this season. That was their 15th, and we're not done with the third quarter yet. Now Edwards on Crooms. The kick out to Scott, who buries it for 3. Patterson tries to work on Crooms. They'll call her for travel.
UConn just keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
And Patterson will go to the bench in favor of Amari DeBerry for these 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in quarter 3. The missed layup and the turnover. DeBerry gets her shot here. Here's Scott driving over the top, and they'll call a foul. And Griffin can't figure out how.
Well,
that on DeBerry?
DeBerry.
Oh, the hold right there.
Oh, so the
whistle was
a
kind of
late
slow.
whistle, yeah.
And so that is already Amari DeBerry's 3rd foul in 6 minutes of court time. So Nariah Scott, the sophomore from Holden, Massachusetts, just north of Worcester, had her first double-figure scoring game of her career Saturday at Xavier. And she's working on another one tonight against UConn. Crowley's team hanging in.
Providence communicating really well on the defensive end. You can hear them talking to each other, talking through the screens.
Mule hit the bottom of the rim with the layup attempt. The lead is down to 9. Shepard steps around to Berry, whips the ball back outside to Emily Archibald, who buries a 3 for Providence.
Chino's calling a timeout.
What was a 12-point lead is now just 6. Good ball movement on the part of the Friars to beat the double team and get the bucket. It's getting interesting. Well, UConn led by as many as 15. The advantage is now only 6 over Providence. Cuomo's court vision will show us a little bit of why.
Well, UConn's defense has been sluggish. And look at the terrific spacing of Providence, right? And the 33 right here, she clears out and goes to the corner, okay? She stays in the corner. DeBerry overcommitted and then came back, and UConn just disjointed. And Providence made him pay. Great job by Jim Crowley's club.
Providence is 2 of 3 from outside in this quarter. Remember, after the slow start for either team to score in this third period, UConn got it going a little bit. Now Providence has it going a lot. with 1:23 to go before the end of the period. UConn back into the game.
It's important for UConn to score here.
And they do. Aubrey
Who else?
Griffin for 3.
Another bucket at the right time by Griffin. She's had a knack for that this season.
And will commit the foul as Crooms went hard to the rim there.
It was important to come out of the timeout and get a good shot. But then down the other end, Griffin gets beat by Crooms and was fortunate the way she fouled her that Crooms, she almost made it an old-fashioned three-point play.
So the first foul on Griffin, and Crooms missed the first free throw. Missed them both. And that is going to skip out of bounds off of Providence into UConn's basketball.
Yeah, Crooms not a great foul shooter.
So just under a minute to go in quarter number 3 at a suddenly much more tense Alumni Hall. Lopez Seneschal fighting for position, and she'll draw the foul on Kylie Shepard, her second.
Shepard's a tough defender, and she was like, look at Lopez Seneschal posted up. The kid is holding her the whole time. It's been that physical a game.
Who's done a good job defensively for Providence is Crooms on Aaliyah Edwards. Missed that one. Edwards did, and Crooms got the rebound. Edwards 1 of 5 from the floor tonight.
They should still go to her. Crooms can't guard her in that low post.
Providence coach Crowley calls the play. 5 to shoot. Archibald drives, and it misses. 1 second, and that is how the third quarter is going to end. Now, a quarter in which Providence got themselves much closer to UConn than they were when it began. 48-39 Huskies. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, let's check out our UConn Fan Choice Trivia question we presented to you tonight by Duncan. We asked you in which category is Breanna Stewart UConn's all-time leader? And 56% of you got it right.
Very knowledgeable fan base.
I'm not shocked. Stewie, the all-time leader in blocks in program history. And of course, in the news today after changing teams in free agency in the WNBA. Our game reset is presented by your local New England Honda dealers. Dorka Juhas with a double-double for UConn. Nika Mule into double figures in scoring also. Turnovers, 16 for the Huskies in this one, to 11 for the Friars. And they've held Janae Crooms to just 7 points. Aaliyah Edwards, early foul trouble in this one. 2 fouls in the first quarter. Limited playing time, but very limited production from Edwards in this one.
It's been tough for Edwards to get started.
There's Juhas.
She's getting
Gets fouled.
fouled.
Call that on Bryn Farrell.
Tough defense there by Archibald on that backside. The foul was coming down from the wing.
So 20-second shot clock for UConn to work with. Farrell with her 3rd foul. Seneschal hesitated, tried to work inside, instead kicked it to Mule, who buries the 3 from the corner.
Good timing of that 3 by Mule.
2 for 2 from outside from Mule tonight, who's got 14 points. Her season high is 16. Here's Scott. No. And it goes right to Mule. Huskies trying to put a little pace Good defensive retreat by the Friars. Uhas. Again, arm slapping at her, gets it to go, and draws the foul.
That foul's on Archibald. You know, she's a physical player in that low post. She's bumping her.
And even at that, the big step, the hack, glass it in, and a free throw to come for Dorka Uhas. An 8-0 run has built the UConn lead back up to 14. And Dorka Uhas with the most recent points. Maria?
Yeah, so you may recall in crunch time in the win over Villanova, Dorka Uhas made a dagger three. And I asked her about taking and making those types of big shots. And she said, it's always been in me. She's done it before at Ohio State and elsewhere in her career. But she had been struggling a bit from threes since her left thumb injury. And she said the cover she wore felt bulky. But lately, she's feeling more confident in her shot. And her thought is, if I'm open, I'm going to shoot and I'm going to make it.
She's done a great job of that tonight, and even got a three-bouncer off the rim.
And that's the mentality you have to have. You just have to think every shot's going in.
17 for Dorka Uhas in this game, leading scorer in the ballgame. Here's Shepard. Now Olsen. The left hand over the outstretched Uhas. Good play by Olivia Olsen to get a bucket and Providence's first points of this fourth quarter. Uhas calling for the ball, waiting to see which way Lopez Seneschal wanted to go. Oh, saw an opening, got fouled.
A late whistle, too.
Got her right on the top of the head, didn't she?
She's thinking, come on, blow the whistle, and it came late.
So that is the third on Crooms. And Lopez Seneschal to the free throw stripe. Has struggled from outside tonight, but is still into double figures in scoring, with her 10th point just recorded at the free throw stripe. 1 of 5 from 3, but 4 of 10. 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Lopez Seneschal.
Well, certainly teams are scouting and trying to take Lopez Seneschal out of the flow offensively.
And the physicality of some of these games, too. She has taken a beating. There, makes the steal. And gets the layup. An 11-2, make that a 13-2 run for UConn in the last 3.5 minutes.
You're guarding Crooms down low. That's a battle.
Well, you can't put Edwards in there on her defensively, right, with the foul trouble. Olsen, floater goes. Uhas drives, gets double teamed, gets tied up, gets the ball back, kicked it out. Ewell has that block, gets it back. 2 to shoot, that misses everything badly. Here's Crooms, full speed ahead. Herter, no. Long shot, long rebound, it'll be UConn basketball. All right, take it to the rim moment brought to you by Duncan. How about the steal and score for Lopez Seneschal?
Well, good timing, good anticipation, and a nice finish. Aubrey Griffin doing some nice cutting to the rim. It makes the defense keep moving, too.
Lopez Seneschal with a circus move. Griffin with a rebound. Kick it out to Uhas, way strong. And here is Crooms for Providence. Ifosa. Well defended by Griffin. Now Griffin on Shepard. Nice pass, Shepard underneath to Cruz for the bucket.
Terrific look there by Kylie Shepard. A nice bounce pass.
Points in the paint there. Still heavily favor UConn in this one. Mule went to throw it to Uhas, but wasn't looking. Cruz. Missed.
Chino frustrated they didn't look at Uhas in the lane one-on-one.
Lopez Seneschal has it stolen by Ifosa. Aubrey Griffin is back. And will get the foul. Ifosa goes strong to the rim, and Griffin commits her second.
Good help defense by Ifosa. And then the strong take drawing the foul.
So Grace Ifosa, a junior from Lawrence, Massachusetts, who has come back from 2 ACL injuries and is really hitting her stride for Providence at this point in the season, according to head coach Jim Crowley. There's an Inesh Betancourt into the ball game for UConn for Lopez Seneschal. So as Gino Auriemma tries to navigate his team through this tough stretch of schedule with a limited bench and limited available players, Sunday he talked about the team looking as tired as they had looked all season through the stretch. What about tonight? What are you seeing?
You know, I'm not sure if it's the physical fatigue. I see mental fatigue. These kids are under a lot of pressure. And they're supposed to be perfect all the time. They're supposed to win by a certain amount. They've got half their team on the bench injured. And they're not supposed to make any mistakes.
And no foul call on that. Griffin's looking around like, what? I got hip checked. The hockey rink is next door. Shot clock runs out.
And you talk about mental fatigue. How can you let the shot clock? I think that's the second shot clock expiration we've seen tonight by Gino Auriemma's team. That's mental mistakes. Which
we rarely see. And you're coming off an inbound play like that. It's like somebody's got to know and look up and see what the clock is. There's Cruz, the step back over Griffin. Got it. A 2. This is a Providence team that UConn beat by 45 at Gamble Pavilion December 2nd. The lead is back into single digits here tonight. Edwards got the roll.
How did she get that roll?
2 of 6 from the floor for Leah Edwards tonight. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Playing with 3 fouls. Betancourt defends Herder. Here comes Crooms. Now Betancourt on Crooms on the steal, on the switch rather. Another 3. That's Dariah Scott who drains the triple from Providence.
They believe.
Timeout UConn. Yes, they believe. The gap is 8 with still 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go. At one point in this fourth quarter, UConn led Providence by 17, an 11-2 run for the Friars has dropped that lead down to just 8 and forced Gino Auriemma to call a timeout. What do you think he's talking about in that huddle with the team?
You know, just mental toughness and grit and play defense, execute on offense. You know, just do the things that they normally do. But they're all, I think they're obviously not playing well. You got to give Crowley and Providence a lot of credit. They're playing well. They're knocking down shots.
Yep. So can UConn get a bucket out of the timeout and slow the Providence run? They'll post up Griffin. She'll draw the double team. Shot from outside from Edwards. That one doesn't fall. Griffin ends up on the floor underneath. No fouls. And she rejoins the play. Here's Crooms driving hard. No. And no foul either. But the Nets hung on the rims several times tonight.
Yeah, on both rims. The Nets keep getting caught up more than any other game all year.
Uhas calls for the ball. Nice patience and gets the 2. 19 for Dorka Uhas tonight. 3 away from her season high. Here's Scott. Long pass to Herter. Defended by Betancourt. Olsen. Herter, no. And Aaliyah Edwards with the rebound for UConn. Gino slowing the play down. Now calling the play out to Nika Mule. Here's Griffin, 5 to shoot. Between players, has it blocked. Gets it back and gets the bucket before the shot clock runs out.
You've got to be kidding me.
Timeout Providence.
That's classic Aubrey Griffin this season.
This was unbelievable. Played well by Olsen defensively, but
Griffin just stayed with it. We were talking about what Gino might have been saying in that huddle. Just stay tough, stay gritty, stay with it.
Maybe said some of the same things he said late in the Villanova game Sunday too, which is get the ball in the 44.
Yeah, exactly.
Let her do her thing. But Gino talked about after the Villanova game, he talked about the Big East Conference, and you know, you see a scoreline like the first game with Providence and Gamble, a 45-point gap. But Gino talked about what a grind this conference is to play against and how much that helps prepare this team for March.
In years past, when their average margin of victory was 35 a game, he didn't love that. I mean, because when you get to the NCAA tournament and late in the season, your team is not prepared for close games. You can't say that about this team now.
Nope. And that's nothing but good. Their Shepard missed.
What a great take by Shepard. Just couldn't get it to go down.
Coming down to 1 minute to go in the ball game. Uhas sets the screen for Lopez Seneschal, too strong. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Scott for Providence. Griffin running with her step for step down the floor. Little push off, no whistle. Olsen somehow gets around Uhas and made that in. We got a timeout. We got somebody down. Teammates rallying around Nika Mule. Obviously took a shot somewhere.
There she is.
I think they bumped elbows. She was like holding her elbow like her funny bone, you know, got hit and her hand had gone numb for a second. So final half minute of this one in Providence. Gary Apple and Kara Walters have a full recap of tonight's game. Plus you'll hear Gino Auriemma's post-game news conference on the UConn Women's Basketball post-game show, presented by your local New England Honda dealers immediately after the game. A Dorka Juhas rebound will be an appropriate way for this game to end, as Juhas is going to wind up tonight with 19 points and 17 rebounds, in leading the way for UConn to stay undefeated in Big East play. Their trip to Rhode Island's capital was everything Gino Auriemma said you get when you come here. A grind, a tough place to play. They found a way to win.
Gino Auriemma's got to be happy with the win, and that's about it. But you have to give Providence a lot of credit. I love the way they were prepared for this game. They competed, and they never gave up.
Our player of the game tonight, presented by CSCU, is the graduate student Dorka Juhas. What a night she had for the Huskies and leading the way. She had the most points. She had the most rebounds. Nice night for Dorka Juhas. Let's check in with Maria.
Coach, you've said every game in this conference is tough. This was another battle. How did you grind it out?
I don't know. You know, we just, you know, we make it difficult on ourselves sometimes, but you know, we're in a situation right now, you know, where we're just tired, we're hurt, we're just not in a good place right now. You know, these games are starting to take their toll on us, and everybody's got something, and sometimes, you know, you just can't get any rhythm going, you can't get any flow going. And so, you know, and Providence played a great game tonight. You know, they had a great game plan, and they shot the ball well when they had to. So now we got another one Sunday, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Aaliyah got in some foul trouble tonight. Dorka stepped up, 19 points, 17 boards. What can you say about her? Well,
you know, we said that the post players were going to have to really be the difference in the game in a lot of ways, because, you know, we had a big advantage inside, you know, and Dorka just took advantage of it. I mean, she pretty much, you know, anchored both ends, you know, the offensive end and the defensive end, and sometimes that's all it takes. It's just one person to play a great game, and, you know, and Nika shot the ball well early, so we got just enough.
Speaking of Nika, she did seem to take a bit of a hard hit there at the end of the game. Do you know how she's doing?
Well, I don't know. It's right there. She looks like she got the wind knocked out of her, I think. So we're going to find out, you know, once we get in there.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Well, Gino will get the update from Nika. And we'll take a break. Come back with more from Alumni Hall in Providence. Lou Lopez Seneschal, double figures again tonight for the Huskies, including this steal and score. It's a 10-point win for the Huskies over the Friars.